Hey everybody, and welcome back to another installment. And I went ahead and I took some of your advice, and you had mentioned you just wanted to see just like a series of battles instead of just going, picking one or the other or the other. So I went ahead and I just did an entire set. My wife was actually having some trouble. Now she made it to Legend, no problem, no real a few bumps along the way, but she got there recently, about a week ago or so, and she was like, I'm kind of stuck there. I'm kind of stuck at 3,000 plus or minus 100. Can you get me past that? So I said, sure, no problem, let's do it. And I had a couple great sets. I want to upload some of them, but this is me playing as her, although we do use the same team. But I wanted to kind of say that because you're not going to see Sir Lars Med. Instead, you're going to see Amalthea. But yeah, here's my battles, and please make sure to like and subscribe, and have a great day. Okay, so to start things off, it's our Bastiodon versus Victory Bell. Now, immediately remember, do not shield. We do not want to shield here. We're going to let their Victory Bell do their thing. Not going to take away too much damage. We're going to return the favor with the flamethrower. They, however, are going to shield. As soon as we get that flamethrower off, and I mean as soon as we get it off, we are switching to a Victory Bell of our own. And of course, they are switching to Bastiodon. We do a little flip-flop action there. Go ahead, hit them with the Leaf Tornado. We got really lucky because they shielded here, which is what we wanted. Now they are down to 0 shields. So, of course, go ahead, let our Victory Bell die, and then we're going to bring in Medicham. Now, our Medicham, had they not quit, would have just farmed them down, and it would have been fine. That's why you want to keep both of your shields. Major takeaway here is to remember, if they have a Victory Bell, let them hit you with the charged move, let them hit Bastiodon with the charged move, and then immediately switch to Victory Bell and finish them off with your fast. All right, so it's our Bastiodon versus another Galarian Stunfisk lead, and what do we always do when we see a Galarian Stunfisk? We switch to Victory Bell. As soon as we get in there, they're going to go ahead and they're going to switch it up to Trevenant, which is a little weird, but hey, whatever. Throw that Leaf Tornado. Luckily for us, they did shield, which is great. We're going to let our Victory Bell rest in peace, bring back in Bastiodon, and farm that Trevenant down. Now, as you can see, I'm not going to shield. It's going to get off a couple of different charged attacks, but we are not going to shield. Luckily, Bastiodon has enough HP to where we can still, tank out a couple Shadow Balls, or in our case, a Shadow Ball and a Seed Bomb. We're going to save that energy for Galarian Stunfisk, all right? So, right here, we're using our Flamethrower, and then we're quick switching to Medicham. They quick switch to Azumarill, and you're going to see in these 5 sets today a lot of Azumarill, a lot of Medicham Azumarill matchups, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Now you're probably thinking, Lars, why on earth are you using Power Up Punch against Azumarill? And the reason is, with Azumarill, you can kill it by using 3 Psychics or 1 Power Up Punch and 2 Psychics, and the Power Up Punch obviously increasing your attack power. That's why I like to do it, because it costs less energy. And if they do have a shield left, a lot of people with Azumarill will shield that first attack, thinking it will be Psychic. So it's a good bait. So either way, I like doing the Power Up Punch plus 2 Psychic. So you might see that I use it quite often. Now Azumarill is down. Now we know that this is going to be a Rock Slide just from counting. There's no way they could have gotten an Earthquake off. So let it hit us. Going to use a Power Up Punch, and we're going to save that shield for when they use the next Rock Slide, which will be coming up here in a second. Use another Rock Slide, shielding it, as I just said, and then game over. We have won, and another bad lead turned into a good one. Not bad. Okay, so to start things off, guess who it is? Shadow Nidoqueen, which means one thing, time to switch to Victory Bell. All Nidoqueen leads with a few exceptions, will try to hit you with that Poison Fang. Go ahead, shield it. The good news is they're going to be at half HP by the time they switch. And in the case of our buddy here, he went ahead, he switched to Vigoroth. Get that Leaf Tornado off. He's shielded, which is great news. Now, he's going to return the favor and throw Body Slam. Let him kill Victory Bell. Victory Bell is done. Medicham is coming in. Do not use anything. Do not shield. Just kill him with your fast, okay? That's all you need to do. Save up that charged energy, so had he brought in Nidoqueen, we could have had charged energy for that, but instead he's bringing in Azumarill. As I mentioned last video, Power Up Punch, 2 Psychics. That's all we need to do in order to take care of Azumarill. Now, Medicham does have full health. I let the first one, I typically will let the first one hit me, even if it's a play rough. It's going to do quite a bit of damage, but nothing that will KO me, all right? So, went ahead, swapped in Bastiodon. Here, this person actually, as you can see, makes a little bit of a mistake. They decided to let their Azumarill die in hopes of shaving that last shield for their Nidoqueen. Now, this is important. Notice Nidoqueen's fast attack. Notice how little damage it does against Bastiodon. This is important because we went ahead, we shielded Nidoqueen's Earth Power, which means that Nidoqueen needs to get a whole nother Earth Power off. And then when Medicham would come in, they would have to get 2 Poison Fangs off, which just isn't going to happen. There's not enough time. And that is why with Bastiodon, it's not the end of the world if you do get stuck with the Nidoqueen, because they have to hit you with that Earth Power, which takes a minute to charge up. And that is that for that battle. Another win under our belt. Okay, and it is time for the first, last, and only of the good leads we had in this series of 5. They lead with the Skarmory. Immediately, they go ahead and they switch to Vigoroth, so that means it's time to switch to Medicham. Now, as I mentioned a few videos ago, do not use a shield. Use 1 power-up punch and then kill Vigoroth with your fast. As you can see, they're going to get off a total of 2 Body Slams. It's going to take us to the red, but it's not going to KO us. Save that charge energy, that Psychic, and just use it against Skarmory. It's no big deal. We just are trying to do a little bit of damage against Skarmory in case they don't have Brave Bird, in case they have their Steel Charge attack, which can do a good chunk to Bastiodon, but for the most part, we're safe here. Skarmory's coming back in, and as I just said, we're going to go ahead and we're going to use Psychic. And yeah, it's going to do a little bit of damage since it's not effective, but we charged it up, so we're good. Skarmory, go ahead, lays our Medicham to rest. Bastiodon, they quick switch to Scrafty. Last video that I did, as I mentioned, with 2 shields left, Victory Bell is untouchable. Scrafty, even if it tries to bait us each time with Power Up Punch, it's not going to kill us before it can get that 3rd one off. So we are golden. They quit. It's over. And it is time for the very last battle of the set. Go ahead and, yeah, switch on to Medicham. Now, normally I would use Power Up Punch. Since I switched to it, I'm going to use Psychic. And then finally, they relent. They switch it up, and they actually switch, as you can see, to Drapion. Now, kind of a weird switch. Going to go ahead. We're going to let Medicham die. Now, in this scenario, there's 2 things that we could have done after we bring Bastiodon in. The first is just kill it with our fast. However, we got unlucky, okay? We got very unlucky, and their crunch broke our defense twice. Now, I didn't want to risk dying, obviously, with our charged energy, so I went ahead and I did use a charge attack against Drapion. Normally, had their crunch hit 0 or once for the defense break, I would have just killed it with my fast. So I wanted to kind of insert that here. Drapion is dead. They go ahead and they bring in Nidoqueen, so we immediately, as soon as we see that ground and poison type, we are switching to Victory Bell. They will not switch. And their crucial error was them trying to burn our shields, because every time they use a charged move, yeah, it lowers our defense, but we're getting in an extra hit. And once their Azumarill comes back in, it's really going to regret that, trust me. We get it down low enough to where even a Hydro Cannon wouldn't have killed our Bastiodon. It just needed one hit. Game over. We did it. All 5. Total sweep. Well, that's it for today, everybody. Thank you again for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please remember to like and subscribe, and have a great day.